Hey everybody, this is Kiki from Niara Designs. I pray you're all doing well and are doing something that makes you happy. Well, you know what? Before I tell you what we're going to do today, let's get into our God's gift box so I don't have to stop and because we can't go on without this. Anyway, so Proverbs. A faithful man shall abound with blessings. Proverbs 28:20. Lord, help me to remember that there are many ways to rejoice in any kind of day you make for us, the good and the bad. Amen. Okay, so, well, I guess it's a few weeks ago now because of everything that's happened, hospitals and not feeling well and on and on and on. I showed you something and asked if you would like me to show you how I did it in like a tutorial type of fashion. You guys are amazing as always and said yes, you would like to see. So with that, I kind of expounded on that and tried a few different well, they're all using book pages, but I have used different things to adhere to the book page. A few of them are basically the same, so I'm going to put those to the side, and then these three are basically the same, meaning I started with the same type of base. They all have book pages, but these are pretty much the same. These, however, are a little different. Now, with this, it is a book page. As you can see, I have just made a very simple envelope with it. That's the inside. And I just then went ahead and I've stitched around it, and then I've just decorated with a beautiful button and some lace. And I don't know what this is called now, if it's called anything different, but we used to call it rickrack, so I'm going to continue with rickrack. And then I just put some beads on the end. Okay, so how I did this one. This is just a napkin, and I'll show you the napkin. I believe I received this from Lisa. Or it could be PM Artist Studio in that giveaway box. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. Anyway, I took the napkin, and of course, my favorite, the clear, has to be clear, Elmer's glue. No water, no nothing, just the clear Elmer's glue. Took a book page, put it on the book page, took the napkin, this is part of that, put it on, made sure it was nice enough, put another coat of the Elmer's glue, the clear Elmer's glue, and let it dry. Or with this one, I did dry with the with my heat tool. So that's this one. And then of course I just, and I'll show you how I folded it and whatnot, because you do want a space between this fold when you fold up, and of course the fold for the flap of the envelope. You don't want it too close because it won't close nicely. There'll be, there won't be enough space for that. So I'll put that to the side with that. Okay. This one, I just took a part of a book page. I just wanted to see what I did with this one. Is I took, this is what it is, and it's it's a dryer sheet. It's a used dryer sheet, you know, like a Bounce or whatever, the sheets that you put in the dryer for static cling. Anyway, uh, so it came out of the dryer, and I'm like, I kind of like the texture that it has. So I used my inks, oxide inks, and I put them on my glass mat here. I put some water on it, and I just took the dryer sheet and I kind of wiped it up. That's basically what I did. I let it dry, and this is what I got. And I really like this. And when you rip it, it has like, I don't know if you can see this, but it has like these fuzzies, and I really like these. I really like these fuzzies. This doesn't have the fuzzies because I did cut it after I glued it. I did the same, used the clear Elmer's glue, put it on first, put this on top, and then put another coat of the clear Elmer's glue on top. And that's that. And it does have a bit of a texture. And it's kind of cool. This really isn't my favorite, but I wanted to show it anyway, because you might like it. And again, you know, you don't have to use the colors I'm using. I mean, you can use any kind of inks, right? You can use pinks and greens and blues and purples and whatever. The dryer sheets are white, so they'll pick it up really nicely. I just used what I had, the sprays that I had. This one, I really like this one. And I'll show you kind of clear. So this is what I mean. So what I did was, this is, the writing is the right side up. So if I were to put that there, and then put this down, on the front side, the writing would be the right way. Back is backwards. But on the front of the envelope, it's the right way. Just like, if you can see this better, it's the correct way. You can read it. With this one, I wanted the top. I did the top first, meaning this flap. I wanted it let me see. I think it's about, yeah, it's about a little over 1.5 inches-ish. So I did that, and this way I would know where to fold the other side. And then that's how I did it. Then I went ahead, before I put glue, anything else, I just inked it, and then I went around the entire thing once with and you don't have to do this, obviously. I just did it because I like the threads and whatnot. But of course, you do you. You do whatever you can or want, obviously. So I went around the entire base with stitching in my on my sewing machine. Then I folded it again to where I wanted it. I put the lace trim on, or whatever else that you want to do. Ruffles would look really nice. Ribbon would look really pretty. Whatever you want, or nothing at all. You can just put a button, or even what are those called? Those Velcro dots or a magnet or whatever. Now, I will say this, when you stitch this together, if you are stitching this together, if you're gluing it, then you want to make sure you don't go too far over with the glue, because then obviously the size of your envelope on the inside will be quite smaller than your page. But if you are going to stitch it, you do want to start your stitches up a little bit further than your page, meaning don't start, let me see if I can find, don't start here and go down. You want to start here. So when you sew down, it closes this completely. Because if you start here, this will start, again, it's just paper. This will start to tear. So obviously that's not what you want. So start the stitching a little further up and then go down. And then of course do the same on the opposite side. And then you'll have a nice envelope. So, and now I'll tell you how I did this one. You might think that it's my vintage sewing pattern paper. It is not. It is a napkin, but you know when you go to, like, I don't know, like a food court at a mall, or like I don't want to say people's names, so I'm trying, like a drive-through of any sort. You get those brown, cheap, they're usually one-ply napkins. So what I did was I took that cheap, and you can see, this is it. That's the napkin that we all, I'm sure, have many of. And I used watercolor in these colors. There's browns and dark browns, lighter browns. There's a little bit of yellow, some orange, maybe a little bit of red I put in. And I just did a piece of it and used watercolors on it. I didn't want to do the entire thing because I wanted to keep the napkin to show you what I was using. Then I did the same thing with the clear Elmer's glue that I've just explained. I put the Elmer's glue on, put the napkin on top, and then I did it again. Give me just a second. I'm so sorry. Okay. Always. But it's all good. Okay. So, napkin, watercolor. I just used these watercolors. Basically the dark brown, the lighter brown, some of this, obviously the yellow, because it's gone, and then the two oranges I kind of mixed and used that. So this is what I use, and this is from Crayola. It looks like I got another one, so this is what it looks like. Although the colors aren't in the same place, but they are the same colors. And I really like this because it has the two browns, the darker brown and the lighter brown. And then this is like a brownie purple, and obviously black, and you know the other colors. Okay, so that's what I use for this, that cheap, brown napkin, watercolors, and then I just use the clear Elmer's glue. So that's that. Okay. We did that. Now, with the ones that started everything, I did three, I did kind of the same, with the same colors, all of them, 3 different ways. This one just has the paint. So what I did is I took this paint, and this is like this is called marine green. It's like a sagey green. So I took, this was my base on the book page. I painted the entire book page with this color. For this one, after it's all dried, I then took the watercolors and just had at it. I literally took the watercolors and just in places. And that's what you see. A little orange, a little bit of yellow, the browns, just played with the watercolors. I did it mostly on the edges, as you can see, not so much in the middle. And then after I just did that with my brush in the middle, just to give it a little of a darker color. That's what this is. These two, both of them are with the vintage sewing paper, sewing pattern paper. I did the same thing. I took the book page, put this on the entire book page, and I will show you how I did one of this, okay? But I just want to show you because you can see a little bit difference in this one and this one. I like this one, but we're gonna do this one only because this one, it took a little bit longer to dry, and I'll explain why in just a second. So this one, again, I use this all over the book page. I took, this is part of the sewing, the vintage sewing pattern paper. I did the whole thing with watercolors. Again, you saw the watercolors, and we'll do this in a minute. This one, what I did was, again, started with this marine green on the entire book page. Then I did the watercolor on the book page. Then I put this on top. I did a little bit on here, but most of the watercolor was on the book page itself. So that's the only difference. This, the sewing pattern paper has the watercolor. This one, the page itself, and then I put the, when I put the sewing pattern paper, I kind of scrunched it and then put another coat of the clear Elmer's glue. Okay, let's get started because I know this is getting long and I don't want it to be that long, but I needed to do this video because I need this paper for for another challenge. So I wanted to get this done. Okay. So here is just a book page. And again, I'm going to use a bigger brush for this. This is usually my glue brush. I'm going to use to put the marine green paint on it, and this is just this I got from the Dollar Tree. Yes, and I'll just put, man, these little trays, I love them so much. One good thing that came out of the hospital are these little trays. I love them so much. Oh, I use them for everything. Anyway, and basically, literally, I just painted. Now, with this, I don't know if I would use a really thick acrylic paint. I wanted the book page to come through, the writing to come through of the book page. If you're using another type of paper, or you don't want the writing so to come through, then it really doesn't matter. It's thicker than most, but not really, really thick. It's thick enough where you can still see it, but it's not like watercolor where it sinks into the paper, because it really doesn't. I'll show you on I'll show you on this. See, it really doesn't soak through. You don't obviously want to put a lot on there to make it soak through. You just really want to put it on the top. And I mean, I can't tell you that. You guys do you. I'm just showing you obviously what I did and what I kind of in my mind was going for. Just kind of like that, where you can, and I hope the camera's picking it up, but you can still see the letters. Obviously it's not as clear because there is paint on it, but if you look, it's not on the back. It's not really soaking through. So, all right, let me dry that, clean me. I'll be right back, because of course I'm just a mess. And we're back. Okay, so I did 2 papers. This way I can show you what I did for these 2. Okay. This one is really this one, just without the vintage pattern paper. This is how I painted it. Then I put the vintage pattern paper on top. So I didn't do 3 because I'm sure you can figure it out from here. So this one I will do first, so then we'll do this. I have 2. Here. Okay. I have 2 pieces of vintage sewing pattern paper, 2 book page papers already painted with the marine green acrylic paint. I have the watercolor brush that has, water in, oh my gosh, words. I was going to say handle, but no, I can't think of the word right now. I'm sorry. And this is just water I spray into the watercolor palette. And I just use both of these. This one, this one has the dark brown and the black in it, so I want to use this up. I'll probably use the light brown from here, and then also the yellow, the orange, and like this red orange here. I might use some of that purple as well, because I do like that, but we'll see where that goes. So one of these I'm going to take away. I'm going to bring in this one. This one doesn't have the lines in it. I figured it would be easier for you to kind of see. I'll just put that on the side for now, where I put the watercolors. I probably won't be able to get everything in frame, because if I go up too far, you really won't see what I'm doing with it. So I don't want to go up too far. Uh, anyway, I hope you can see well enough. So again, just get a paintbrush. I like this one with the water inside. I do use this just to spray, a beginning spray, if you will, kind of inside of the watercolor. Oh, let's just do that one as well. And probably this yellow. Okay. I don't remember if I don't think I did. Let's just, oh, and you're going to want a paper towel to clean off your brush if you are concerned with that. I clean off my brush only when I go into the yellow because as you can see here, I've made quite a mess. And then literally I don't have enough water. I just paint away. It doesn't have to be neat. Actually, the messier it is, the better, because you want these colors to kind of spread into one. Well, at least I did. I wanted the colors to blend into one another. So like I started in one corner, then, excuse me, then went into like the upper corner. And as you can see, I'm just messy. You really can't see the color now. Don't be surprised at that. You really won't see the colors until you dry it. Well, I don't know what your craft mat looks like, but I can't because my craft mat, the glass mat that I'm using, is obviously black, so you can't really see the colors. Because this sticks, I would use something that, and especially if you're going to dry it with a heat tool, you don't want to use something plastic, like, a plastic wrap or anything like that. If you're going to use, especially if you're going to use the heat tool, because then you're going to just melt things together. And, let me get that piece out of the way. And then, and this is basically all I do. And I go in, get some more, see, this is a lighter brown. And again, I want it to blend into one another. So I really try to do that. And I just, honestly, this is it. It's really, really, really simple. And then I go, and this technique, if you want to call it that, I also do the same on the book page. So I'm going to finish. I'm just going to go ahead and use like this yellow orange a little bit. And again, I'm really being as messy as I can be because I really want these colors to blend. I really like that. Here's the yellow. Again, a little up here. And I just move it around the paper. I mean, there's no really a rhyme or reason for any of it. Put a little orange up here, a little orange down here. See what I mean? I just make a mess, basically. I honestly, I just make a mess. And I go from there, from different colors. If you want, you know, ooh, that's a little brighter. Oops. And then I thought it was going to be, but who knows what it's going to look like. And if you want it darker, add a little bit of that in there. It's a little brighter than I thought it was going to be. You can tell I don't use red as often. Maybe we'll try a little bit of purple. Why not? This is that really like deep purple. So let's see what this looks like. And we'll put a little bit of that down here. And maybe some of this in here. Some here. See what I mean? I honestly, this is all I do. Now I'm just going to dry it with my heat tool, and before I pull it up so we can see the colors, I'll bring you back. Okay, I'll dry. It doesn't take long at all. And then you just, honestly, it's still a little bit damp on the bottom, but, and then you just literally peel it up, and voila, look at that. Look how pretty that came out. And again, it's all different. So I just love it. It's so much fun. So I am going to put you on pause yet again. And I'm going to do this same, again, technique, if you will call it that, to just a piece of paper. Same, oh, jeez. Same thing that I did on the vintage sewing pattern paper. Same thing, basically the same colors. I do kind of like that red with the brown in there, so I might add that, and I do like the purple as well. And I use this paper, as you can see, is a little bit bigger than the paper that I used before, because I figured how cool would that be as a page in a journal, especially if you have one like this has a picture in the back. But even not, you can do it on both ends. I mean, there's who says that you can't, right? You can do something on both sides. So that's what the plan is for these, but we'll see how far that goes. Anyway, let me paint on here. I'll dry it, and before I glue that on, I'll bring you back just to show you what it looks like without the paper on it, the vintage sewing pattern paper, and then we can go from there. All right, I'll be right back, guys. Okay, so this is what it looks like when it's wet. I just wanted to show you. It's a big just pile of mess. I did end up using the red, the purple, the yellow orange, the two browns, and I just mixed it at the end. So now I'm going to dry it up. I'll clean up, and we'll be back. Okay. I forgot to add one thing. You will also need a cup of coffee or tea. You know, it's tea for me. Anyway, thought I'd add that. This is what it looks like when it's all dry. So I'm going to put this paper on here, and this, the one that we watercolored on here. And again, same thing, you're going to need the washable, the clear Elmer's glue or any clear glue, school glue, a brush, and you're going to, I add the glue on part of the paper first to get it, so when I put the paper on, I can get it straight-ish as possible. Make sure you want to really get, you know, the edges. And I just do it a little bit at a time. Looks good. And just make sure that it adheres. And I try to keep all of these wrinkles in, but I guess it all depends. I have not that I've even really tried though, but I have not been lucky to get absolutely no wrinkles. I mean, I'm sure it's possible, but since I like them, I've not really tried to completely straighten it out. You guys can tell me if you choose to do this. Definitely let me know in the comments. Please let me know if you decide to play with this, because I'd really love to see it. You can email me the pictures, and I'm being completely honest. I really love to see if you guys do this, because I'm sure you guys, you know, are going to use different colors and whatnot, and I'd love to see it, to see what you guys come up with and how you do. I'm sure it's going to be so much better than what I can do. So please let us in on what it is that you do and how you do it. And also, yeah, this is one thing. You don't want this piece to, there we go. And I just use my finger. I guess you can use another tool, but I find that these tools work really well. And yeah, you will get met. I mean, if you're anything like me, you will get quite messy. But it could just be a Kiki thing. You guys know I can't glue a thing without getting glue on me and everything else on me. So no surprise that my hands look the way they do. And then again, just quick coat on top. I don't do a lot on this coat because, again, these are watercolors and that glue is water-based. It will start moving the colors, but I don't find it that it's awful. But again, you do want to do this part a little lighter than the rest, just to keep the colors where you want them and so on and so forth. There we go. That goes in the water. Okay, so I'm going to dry that, and then when we come back, we'll do the same to this side. And this one, I'll just do a little bit just so you can see, and then I'll finish the rest on camera because I know this video is so long. I'm so sorry. All right, you guys. Although a few of you have said that you don't mind longer videos. So to those people, here you go. I hope you guys are having fun and are playing along with me. Yeah, definitely let me know. And also, if you're new, please consider subscribing. We would really love to have you in the family. am maybe a little bit biased, but we have the best community. I love you guys so much, and you guys are the best out there. Yes, I am going to say that because I truly feel it. You guys are awesome. So definitely like the video if you do like it, because that helps get it out. And just leave me a comment and let me know if you are going to play with this, if you uh, plan to do it maybe in the future. And if you post it anywhere, tag me. I'd love to see it either way. And if you aren't on any social media platforms, feel free to email me. My email is always in the bio. I will try to remember to also put it in the description so you guys have it. All right, let me do this and I'll be right back. Okay, so I did start it. Here's the other one. It's dry. And now you're going to see what I mean by, this is a water-based paint. So it will, see how it picks up the color. So I don't put a lot, and I just kind of do this with the glue because obviously I don't want all that pigment to come off, but I do want those kind of swirls in there that you see. So I just kind of tap it in there. And, oh, here, put a little bit here. See how it moves? So I kind of just very lightly move it around. And once we get this on there, it won't move. And you'll see it much clearer. But I do kind of want to get that scrunchiness in it while it's wet. Okay. And we need more. Of course we do. Oh my goodness, you guys. I don't know. I don't know. When I look at things, and you guys as crafters are, I'm assuming, like me, where as crafters, we look at things differently. My husband said something the other day that, like, now, God love him, he knows to ask me before he'll, like, throw something away, and he gave me, I don't even remember what it was, but I looked at him and I'm like, no, I don't want that. He's like, well, I have to ask because you journaling people, you'll sit there and you'll say, oh, I can make this out of this and that out of that. And I was just, you know what? I'm like, yeah, you're right. You're right. We do that. And I just think it's funny because we look at things like a book page, for instance, from an old book that somebody, why isn't, because there's no glue, that somebody else would, maybe throw away. We would be like, oh my God, we can make tags and journaling cards and, all these ephemera, and people, I'm sure, think, well, wait a minute, this is garbage. And, like cereal box. Okay. How many of you guys use a cereal box? I myself like the liners. those cereal box liners, I use them for everything. To paint on, to everything. I can't even think right now. But definitely, like, if I'm gluing something, oh my gosh, they are the best because they don't, nothing sticks to them, and they're heavy enough where they don't tear or like bubble up or anything. I mean, I wouldn't dry anything with a heat tool on them. But as far as using them just to as like liners, oh my gosh, they're the best. I have many of them that I use for different things. For instance, like something like this, if you don't have a glass mat, or if you dye paper, you know, like coffee dye or tea dye, because the papers don't stick to them. That's a really good thing to lay them on to dry. And I've used them. I've used parchment paper, and I keep, like, I don't throw them away. Like, if they get, like, the ickier they are, the better they are to me, because they will bring up like the different colors on there that I've used, you know, tea dye, coffee dye. I've used well, you guys know because there's a video. And if you don't, if you want to know, there's how I dye my papers, and it's so easy. I literally use coffee, water, parchment paper, obviously copy paper, and a paintbrush. And then I don't use an oven. You don't have to put it outside if you don't want to. I just leave it on my kitchen counter for a couple hours and done. Okay, I think that's pretty good for now. Put that in the water. All right, you guys, I'm going to dry this and I'll be back. I know this video is so long. Oh my goodness. All right, everybody. So we are done. Here is the one with the sewing pattern paper watercolored first, then put on top of the book page, you know, after we painted it. This is the one that we just put the normal, nothing, you know, I didn't do anything to the sewing pattern paper. I just did it to the book page itself. And but glue wise, I glued them the same. But, and you can see for yourself, this one is a bit more green because, again, it lifted off the colors. So you'll have like little places where you'll just see like more book page or more green, or, you know, like here, you can see here, there's different places. And this is basically, because the watercolor is on top of the sewing pattern paper, not on the book page itself. So these are the two different ways. And then, of course, the napkin, just regular napkin on a book page. So these are the, and of course we did the dryer sheet. But these are it. I hope that answers your questions. If not, please let me know. I'll be happy to answer any questions in the comments. And that's it. Okay, you guys, thank you so much for being here. I will say goodbye. I wish you all an extremely blessed rest of your night, day, or morning, wherever you are in this world. God bless you. I love you so much, and I will see you next time. Bye.